every Saturday, 9 o'clock till 10 o'clock.
Coming in hot 92.4, live in the dressing room with Mr. the legendary Half Pint. Introduce yourself to the people.
Yes, this is Half Pint, live in flesh, and Rastafari lives, highly.
All right, so you perform tonight. With Colonel Campbell. How you enjoy the show?
Good enough, because me and Colonel Campbell had been doing like 4 shows already throughout Europe. I mean, we did some in Germany, Berlin, and some in Reggae Jam. And last night I did one in Vienna, me and Colonel, in a dancehall style.
Yes.
We do PA.
So like you do it like King Jammy style.
Yeah, like dancehall. The tracks we were playing and we sing over. It was good because it was a small, intimate crowd and everybody was really into it. But for now, tonight, this show that we did was really still more as a festival, as we know, bigger and the intimacy of the people them came and was well receptive to me. Colonel Campbell get his also into it too, and people enjoy it, full joy it all together. Seeing, yeah.
That's the important thing. The people enjoy it, yes. Yeah. So, I want to hear. I know you are like a legend, like with Mr. Landlord. Still one of my favorite roots tunes.
For real.
So, tell me about how you start your career. You play for a sound system first? Or
naturally, yeah. I was performing on the sound system throughout Jamaica back in the late 70s. But while attending school and church, my grandma we were going to church, I would be like performing on the choir and at school too, singing, and I used to sing along with the radio, with the songs that played on the radio. But while leaving school now, I was like listening to the dance hall more and attending the dance hall, and I would be like singing on the sound system like Leeds Unlimited, Gemini, Jammies, Tape Tone, Black Scorpio, all of the dancehall sound system that was happening in the 70s and somewhat of the 80s.
And all the most successful tunes are recorded on Jammies.
Right. Mainly, really and truly, I recorded song like Winsome, which was produced by 2 producers, Errol Marshall and Mary Lewis. That came about, that release. I recorded that song. I recorded actually the album with them, titled Half Pint in Fine Style, about from 78, 79. But they did not release any of the songs until about 82. The first song that released was titled Sally.
I have it in my mind. It's like
right, that song,
in the early 80s,
right,
was in my mind.
Right.
But
that
it
song
was recorded in the late 70s.
Yeah, but we released them by 82. Yeah. That song was titled Sally. Then they released a next song titled Winsome. I did Jammy's work, 84. Yeah. Jammy's came after.
Yeah.
And all them songs that I record for Jammy, I would be performing them live in the dance hall all over. Jammy was like a run-up. Yeah. Jammy was the man who made it like whatever. They were already
in the late 70s before.
Right, they were already kick out. Yeah, they were released and recorded it. And then I did them with him and recorded them. I picked the track because all the tracks them that you heard, most of the songs them that I've recorded with Jammies, it was the rhythms them that I pick in the dance hall, especially to record. And Mr. Landlord rhythm was that same rhythm from Bob Marley and the Wailers, the Hypocrite rhythm. Yeah. And the next rhythm titled Money Man Skank was a dancehall anthem, also rhythm. And the next rhythm also titled Poochiloo was the next dancehall rhythm titled Joe Fraser. Yeah. So I knew all those rhythms, what I was doing and recording and what I wanted to do with them. So what I did was just, Jammy was a matter of, as a producer, putting them together and so forth. I could know what I want to do all. Because why I'm sounding like this overall too, is that as an artist, it's your responsibility and duty to do the right thing or choose the songs or the rhythms or make the rhythms that you are comfortable with. It's not nobody really decide really what you must do altogether, because when you're a true artist, you declare your stand.
Yeah, you
know
what
you're about and what you feel comfortable with, because someone can give you a rhythm and you don't fit it, you don't feel it. Yeah. So most of all, most
of the time it sounds like not really
your thing. Yeah. You don't have the full impact for it, right? Your soul not come from it, yeah. So I picked those rhythm and so forth and recorded them, and they were released back in 1984. The album title Money Man Skank, with songs like Poochiloo. It was actually a full album also. It was consist of about 5 songs and 5 dub versions. So it was like a showcase. But the first album really was titled Half Pint in Fine Style, with songs like Winsome, which had re-recorded back in '87 by the Rolling Stone, and there was a song titled Political Fiction too, which was appealing to the Jamaican community to stop getting that political rivalry about them and killing each other and so forth. So my means or method of the music was to inspire young minds not to get caught up or involved. My duty and my responsibility was to use the music to apply knowledge and some form of consciousness to the audience or the younger generation like myself. So I knew what I was doing overall because I was growing up in a house where my grandparents them were really principle wise and keep us up, heads up, strong and good enough. So my whole thing was that I find it appealing and good enough to sing songs which some of my younger friends them and the country or Jamaica and a whole to edify them. But see, lately the dancehall music is more like cursing at each other. And the sex topic, the catwalk, the catwalk and the gangster talk, nah, that's not my thing. Right. Because the original music that I grew up on, it was listening to the songs which uplift we as a people to be motivate. Yeah, right. Harmonious life. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So, what do you see? I was like few years ago, I was in Jamaica, you know? And I was in Augustown, and I was in Tivoli, and I saw all these places, and at night in the streets, like they burn tires, and they lock up the streets, and
roadblocks and all of them stuff, and a lot of rivalry.
Police come out with M16 and car and thing. So, what do you think about now?
Naturally for me, it coming to a change, or it's kind of dying down, or I guess it's maybe peak, because what happened, the corruption throughout Jamaica overall, I think it's peaking now and coming to its final analysis about it. Because what happened, I could say this, the game of the political rivalry was the main event of the killing field, and then it turned to cocaine, the drug trade.
Yeah, and then 2009 with Dudus.
Yeah, that is just the tail end, the remnants of what. Yes, that is the remnants of what took place.
Even in Germany, they sent it on the news.
Right.
Jamaica, big war.
His situation was like the last event of what took place throughout the entire 80s. Because Jamaica was also an era where the drugs culture was exercising back in the early 80s. And it was infiltrated, not by Jamaicans, by foreigners. Yeah. So the tail, it's now take its toll and it's now dying out because the entire corruption throughout the Caribbean and America is dying down. The drugs trade is now dying. So the life, it's not totally, but it's dying out. Okay. So the corruption from the drugs money and the bragging and boasting and show-offing and killing, it's almost peaking now. I was just looking and hopefully thinking that Jamaica may be sorted out, or the world may be sorted out by the next, let's say 2016, the recession may be fully come to a resolve. So I'm looking, I hope, and I'm looking forward to, but you know, Rasta, we don't know, so the world still is, was, and will always be. It's them and those who consider the money, the promissory notes, but the earth still produce, Mother Earth still give her things, and who I and I can humble ourselves and still suffer, satisfy ourselves, yeah. And that's how me look at life and see life. I'm going to pray that the younger youths and the next generation could see less competition and confrontation and materialization and just be more humble and look at themselves or look within.
With open eyes.
Eyes, open eyes, right.
Yeah,
seeing eye, you know? Yeah.
And that's, I think, that's really what music is about in Jamaica.
To harmonize and bring people together, yeah.
Yeah. To open up youth's eyes.
Teach, yeah. Teach and elevate and harmonize the good quality of life, because that's what I grew up on. It's just like the 80s, Jamaica had changed and wider spread, yeah. But it's all good still. So you see, all in all, I can say this for one. Some of them and those who you may hear now sounding like who came along, I can tell you directly that many artists of such caliber who came about the late 80s, they came up when the fire was already burning. They were just trying to sound it like they were too late. And what some of them did, and some of them tend to implement it too, and sounded like they were caring, but they weren't caring. That's why many youths fall around them, and up to now they try.
Politicians are still.
Yeah, but then again, you as an individual man, when saying between me, as Rasta, we know right and we know wrong.
Yeah.
And many who you see sometimes to tend to be like Rasta, they are not. They are rascal because enough of them inherit from the drugs and hide behind it and destroy a lot of our children in the community. And for me, they despise me because they know I wasn't a part of the clan. So they tell a lot of lies about me too. Here in, I can tell you, in Jamaica, enough of who you may hear currently sounding like they are all that, they despise me because they know I'm not like them. And they try to put the influence out to let people feel like I am this and I am that. And I'm not. So this in reality, you're going to realize in time to come, the truth shall come to light in due season. The children, the next generation coming up, they will see my work and realize what I was about and what I am doing. I know I am not going to get the justice now because Rasta people and righteous people do not get justice and rights instant. It's generation who come and realize and learn from us and realize that his record is clean. I don't hear nothing dirty or bad about him. I never took.
Yeah. That's the thing, you have to look behind the scenes.
You're right.
You have to really look behind the scenes. No, man like Reggae
You see, but the invention,
But him still perform righteous
tunes, right. But the liberty and the songs them that was to uphold us, the liberty is what. It's a responsibility. I am not the type of person who's gonna be singing love to you and then fighting you or stabbing you. I'm not like I'm not a
sing what you mean.
Right, and live it and practice it. Yeah, our community and society would have better off. And I am not a person who prey up on the female flesh. I'm not sounding like as if I'm disputing them or disgusting them, but same time they overdid it. With little young children in Jamaica is very sexual active, and the bigger man them do not stop and tell them to go and behave.
Wear a little skirt and take off
the catwalk mentality, the flesh behavior, and sexuality can lead to perversion. Perversion become murderation, and I think as I say, it's peaking now. The corruption is cleaning up. It's diluting now because many
sexuality is always come
to the mind
together with love and
mind. And become lust station.
Respect and love.
Right, and turn to lust station. That crave our young energy after a while turn to lust station. It's never meant. So abuse come, and these things what I oppose. Many of the DJs them don't like me for it because they are really disgusting. They are vulnerable, and they are the ones who violate many more of our young children's mind the last 10-15 years. I'm telling you straight up. And the world, if should be listening this in time to come or pick up on it, they're gonna know.
But the youths them in Jamaica, when they listen to dancehall music, straight listen to dancehall music,
they gravitate to it and act on it.
They copy all
and practice it. And if you teach your children them good, they develop good practice too. If you teach them bad information, they're gonna activate on it too because they're young and they are gravitating to anything that's true to them. And no, easy, right. So truthfully, I'm saying this, I'm doing this interview with you now, is for you to keep it solely and wholly so that in time to come, when you have other people listening it, they can realize that I was telling you all that the difference and from whence and from where many of us were destroyed, it was some of our own who imposed the negativity on us, and it's time for them to stop. And I think up to now some of them are fading and they're trying to impose themselves still somewhat, but I know time is the master. It changed everything and everybody. Selassie I live.
Coming in hot. Live in the radio,
firing some shot.
Every Saturday, 9 o'clock till 10 o'clock.
Coming in red hot.